Welcome to St Cummins Park here in Hollymount for this Mayo Ladies Junior Football Final 2017 between Clamores and St Mary's, the East Mayo amalgamation. And joining me here in the commentary booth is Caroline Kenna. Caroline, big day for Clamores.
Massive day for Clamores. We were here this time last year and unfortunately we lost to Kilmore Moy, so we're back in action again and hoping for a win.
That's Adele Nolan putting the ball inside to Rebecca Kane. Rebecca Kane puts it through to Laura Kelly, and a point for Clamores. Laura Kelly with the first score for Clamores here this afternoon after Olivia Barrett put a great ball inside.
Yeah, great score by Laura. Laura's just back from a cruciate injury, so great to have her back. Massive addition to the team.
And a breakdown there in the Clamores full forward line. Rebecca Kane turned over the ball. St Mary's on the attack, their left half forward. Aisling Linsky has the ball. She plays it in along the left hand side to their centre forward, Aoife Lilly. She breaks through on the right hand side. A lovely ball across to their towering full forward, and great defensive work there by Clamores.
Yeah, great catch by Nicola Maloney there. Dangerous ball in again.
And suppose Clamores breaking out here from attack. Olivia Barrett on the ball in this, suppose I would say, soft underfoot conditions here. A lot of rain over the last 24 hours, making conditions here for both teams difficult. Olivia Barrett holding off the St Mary's halfback Grania Delaney, plays it off to Rebecca Kane. Referee playing advantage inside. Laura Kelly out in front and breaking through. Rebecca Payne on her shoulder inside to Olivia Barrett. She has the ball on the 40. She's breaking through. Laura Kelly as well on the shoulder. She's breaking through the defence, looking for a score, and she takes a great effort just tail wide there. Possibly could recycle the ball inside. But
yeah, Laura proving very dangerous already there. She's given the full back a lot of problems in there already this early stage.
Clamores dominant so far here in the opening 2.5 minutes here in this ladies junior final in St Cummins Park, or commonly known as the Saucer in some circles. St Mary's breaking out of defence with their midfielder and their captain Mairead Mooney. She breaks down along the stand side, a high ball in top of the Clamores full back line, breaks to their corner forward Maeve Delaney. She offloads it then to their right corner forward Saoirse Henry, who puts her effort wide. St Mary's struggling to get into the game a little bit, Caroline.
Yeah, they seem to be going down that far side, which is causing a bit of problem because they have Hannah Cleary, and we have Hannah Cleary and Trina Morley back there, two tall girls, which are making it a little bit more difficult for St Mary's to get in on goal. And
coming into the game, obviously Clamores that massive win in the semi-finals. I think it was 7-16 or 7-20 to 3 or 4 points. So they have form coming into this game.
Yeah, they've put on a lot of work all year. We started out in Conor Finn's gym earlier in the year through the winter months, and training 2-3 times a week, a lot of challenge matches as well, which has got us here today as well.
Line ball from Siobhan Mooney, plays inside to her captain Mairead Mooney, puts inside on top of the towering full forward. However, breaking out from defence is the Clamores full back Nicola Maloney, a real towering presence inside.
She is, and that 14 for St Mary's is quite tall, but Nicola's winning everything in there so far. Anything that's coming in, she's got, so that's great.
St Mary's on attack with Aoife Lilly. She takes an effort from the 21-yard line, and a great score from St Mary's. That gets them off the mark. It's one score apiece here in this junior final. Great conditions, great crowd in here as well with the intermediate final taking place in about 3:30 this afternoon. But St Mary's off the mark, Caroline.
Yeah, they're off the mark. But I think that'll make us pick it up a little bit now, and we're working it up the field there now with Colleen Meehan. So it's...
Colleen Meehan winning her free here on the 45-metre line. Referee here this afternoon is Pat Conlon from Castlebar. He free here for Colleen Meehan. No options really going forward. She kicks it inside, a hit and hope more than anything else. However, Laura Kelly drifted out from her full forward position, and great work there by the St Mary's full back Amy Mulkeen. Drives inside to their midfielder Mairead Mooney. Has been on an awful lot of ball here in the opening 5 or 6 minutes of this game. She breaks inside, a high ball in top of their full forward. Lorraine McGuinness wins it out in front, and she shoots off the run. Great score for St Mary's. They lead 2 points to 1.
Yeah, it was a good high ball there in again into their tall full forward line. I see St Mary's have obviously identified Laura Kelly as a danger. Whenever she's on the ball, she's double marked. So we just need to kind of work the ball out a little bit wider side than maybe were necessary.
Clamaris in possession here with Una Griffin. She offloaded to Marina Cawley. Marina Cawley takes a hop and takes the solo. She breaks forward from halfway. She's looking for options inside. Sees Laura Kelly drifting off her full forward position. She turns. Laura Kelly takes a solo. She takes a hop. She's inside. She's breaking through on the 21-yard line. She seems to be fouled. However, she takes her effort. And a great score from Laura Kelly. That levels the game here after 5 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock. That's 2 points to Clamaris, 2 points to St Mary's.
Yeah, all level now. It was a very tight game when we played them earlier in the championship as well, so we do expect it to be a close one.
Shara Socknashi now on possession, offloads it to her halfback Colleen Meehan. Colleen Meehan breaks inside. Laura Kelly goes down on the ball. Their full back in the St Mary's team, Amy Mulkeen, pushes her out onto the 21-yard line, offloads it to Rebecca Kane, who takes a shot. Just tails wide. I suppose the good build-up play, but just poor execution.
Yeah, I think Rebecca could have probably carried it in a little bit closer there, but I suppose at the time it's hard to see these, but we'll settle as the game goes on.
Now lining up her kick out for St Mary's here. This East Mayo amalgamation winning their semi-final against the Neil on the same weekend that Clamaris qualified the All-Ireland football final weekend. Sarah Shaughnessy dispossessed in the around the middle of the field there by Siobhan Mooney, who breaks out, offloads it to Sive Duffy. Sive Duffy plays it across to their left half forward, Maeve Delaney. Maeve Delaney looks inside. She sees any options. However, Nicola Mooney out in front, as she has been in the first 5 or 6 minutes here. Siobhan, however, Clamaris have turned over possession. Trina Morley loses the possession in on the 21-yard line. They're full forward. A great goal from the St Mary's full forward, Lorraine McGuinness. I suppose a turnover on the Clamaris 21-yard line. I suppose a spectacular goal in many ways.
Yeah, it was. The ball came in, Nicola defended really well, unfortunately just dropped it just because of the conditions, I suppose. Won back again by Trina, but dispossessed, and then it led to the goal. That's
1-2 to St Mary's, 2 points to Clamaris. The St Mary's halfback, Grania Delaney, with possession. She plays it inside to her left half forward, Siobhan Mooney. Siobhan Mooney finds the midfielder from St Mary's, Mairead. She gets her shot blocked down. It's a 45, the ball kept in play by the Clamaris goalkeeper, Lorna Burke, and breaks out of defence for Clamaris. However, a poor turnover by Maria Waldron. She wins the possession for St Mary's, offloads it to the left half forward, or midfielder rather, Sive Duffy. She makes a yard of space inside. However, great work there by Una Griffin. Turns over the ball for Clamaris. Great work there by Una Griffin.
Yeah, I'd like to say it's very David Riley-esque there, what Una did, coming out with the ball. Yeah, it was great pressure there from the backs as well, and led to the turnover. At the moment, it seems like the St Mary's midfield and captain Mairead Mooney is causing a little bit of trouble for us. She's running through quite easily from the midfield to the almost the full forward line.
One of the St Mary's players down here at the minute with an injury. I suppose, if anything, this kind of kills the bit of momentum that they would have built up.
Yeah, it does for sure, and it gives the girls an opportunity to get a bit of water on as well. It is quite hot, surprisingly enough, after the weather we've had the last few days.
That was a great win in the semi-final, Caroline. I suppose coming into that game, they kind of set out their stall, wanted to get back into a junior final, obviously losing it last year to Kilmore Moy. They really put down a marker in that semi-final.
Yeah, we've been building all through the year, through our league and championship games, but in particular the championship, it was definitely something that we wanted to come back and win this year after our heavy loss last year. We've had a couple of challenge games as well. We've been performing very well, so all of that helps us perform on some big days like this.
Great free kick there by Hannah Cleary, finds Rebecca Kane on halfway. She takes a solo, she takes a hop, she breaks through the heart of the St Mary's defence, looking inside for the tower and full forward of Clamaris. A push in the back by Adele Nolan inside is a free out for St Mary's. They obviously, with that player down injured, lost a bit of momentum. Una Griffin out near the stand side wins a possession after a poor free kick by the St Mary's fullback Emma Mulkeen. Clamaris building on the 45 advantage here for Clamaris. Marina Cawley with a dink ball inside across to Olivia Barrett. Olivia Barrett takes her eye off the ball ever so slightly, and the St Mary's full-back Amy Mulkeen breaks out of defence. She's looking for options, however Clamaris have closed off any avenues for them. St Mary's building up along the sideline here, and they find their left half forward Siobhan Mooney. Siobhan Mooney goes down on the ball, being chased by Colleen Meehan. Siobhan Mooney breaks the first tackle, she takes a solo. looks inside for a towering full forward Lorraine McGuinness. Out in front is Nicola Maloney. However, it looked like a touch in the back there, but it looked like a shot there by their centre forward Aoife Lilly. Brilliantly saved by the Clamorris goalkeeper Lorna Burke. Lorna Burke drives the ball out for a sideline. Nervous moments there.
Yeah, definitely nervous moments. I think just to go back a little bit there, we had a goal opportunity with Olivia. Just if she had another split second with her soccer skills, would have hit the back of the net. But now we're up and we're under pressure up here this side.
Advantage here for St Mary's, as a great ball inside from Siobhan Mooney finds Lorraine McGuinness. Lorraine McGuinness takes a solo. She looks for options. She goes on her left peg. Looks like she's been fouled as she hit the ball, and a great save there by the Clamorris goalkeeper. However, the ball falls to Maeve Delaney, the St Mary's corner forward. The ball broke in around the penalty spot. She got a moment of space and she excellently dispatched the ball into the bottom left-hand corner.
Yeah, you could kind of see it building as well. They're very dangerous in attack. They are.
And now St Mary's winning possession from that kick-out. Sive Duffy with possession around the middle of the field. However, Una Griffin turns over the ball, fouled as she breaks through the centre of the field. She looks for Marina Cawley. However, it peels off to Laura Kelly. Laura Kelly looks up. She sees there are any options inside. She takes a solo. She takes another hop. She's looking inside for options. Fouled advantage here by Pat Conlon. Laura Kelly breaks inside, and a point from Laura Kelly. A great score. Possibly there was a goal on there. Olivia Barrett had peeled off her marker. There was a goal chance, but after those 2 goals, it's great to get back on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's great to get a point back. There was a goal on, but we'll take our points at this stage. The goals will come.
Mairead Mooney, the captain here of St Mary's, she tries to break through a tackle from Sarah Shaughnessy. Sarah Shaughnessy doing everything in her power to stop this tack going forward. However, Colleen Meehan just caught on the wrong side. Ball inside to their corner forwards, Sonia Henry, looking all the time for the St Mary's full forward Lorraine McGuinness. Lorraine McGuinness gets a shot blocked down by Trina Morley, gets another effort away, and that ball has gone wide. Another wide for St Mary's. They really are looking for their full forward Lorraine McGuinness inside, and they suppose they've tried to isolate Nicola Maloney at full back.
She had the win in that ball. It just bounced, ended up going to St Mary's player, but great block again by Trina Morley.
A kick out there from Lorna Burke, a push on the back on Una Griffin as she went up for a high ball there. Trina Morley has possession of the ball on the 45-metre line. She looks up for options. She sees Marina Cawley breaking in front of the stand. Marina Cawley goes down on the ball. It looks like she's been fouled as she's carrying the ball. No advantage accruing from their referee, Pat Conlon. Passes the ball inside to Laura Kelly. Laura Kelly looks up, drives through the heart of the defence. Looks like she's been fouled. However, she goes for a shot. A wide hit the side netting there from Laura Kelly. I just think maybe that they're lacking that little bit of, I suppose, clinicalness up front. Like there is scoring opportunities there, and they're maybe trying to overdo it ever so slightly.
I think we're rushing it a small bit. There's definitely more opportunities. There seems to be a lot more space in our full forward line than in previous games. So, yeah, running the ball hasn't really been working for us right now. But we'll see how that pans out in the next couple of minutes.
Kick out here coming from Siobhan Garvey, looking for her options out. She kicks it out onto the left hand side. The ball breaks inside to Laura Kelly. Laura Kelly has possession of the ball on the 21-yard line. She takes a solo. She looks inside, looking for options. Nothing there at the time. Una Griffin gets possession of the ball, and I'm not sure, a pull on the jersey there, I think, on Una Griffin, that she just broke through the defence. A free in there awarded by the referee Pat Conlon this afternoon, and I think Rebecca Kane could be lining up this free.
Yeah, I would kind of like to see him playing an advantage there, because I think Una was true. Adele Nolan was wide open there before that. Just a quick ball into her could have resulted in something, but Rebecca to take this free.
Rebecca Kane looking to get off the mark here in this junior county final of 2017 against St Mary's against Clamorris. Rebecca Kane, a left-footed effort straight over the bar from Clamorris. They're back in the game now after those 2 goals. St Mary's 2-2, Clamorris 3 points in this opening half in this junior county final. St Mary's have possession of the ball in around midfield. Mairead Mooney breaks out, looks like she's been fouled. A 2-2 to 4 points rather, apologies for that. St Mary's have possession around the middle of the field, looking to play the ball inside. Number 10 from St Mary's, Siobhan Mooney, both herself and I think it could be Grania Halligan getting caught up there in around the middle of the field. Throw in here from Pat Conlon, both Grania Halligan and the captain from St Mary's, Mairead Mooney, in for the hop. Rebecca Kane looks like she's won the possession of the ball. She tries to get a quick free inside to Anne-Marie Kelly. I think a lovely ball inside to Laura Kelly. She's trying to find whether it runs out over the end line. Oh, she has possession of the ball. She takes a shot. Adele Nolan punches the ball home. The goalkeeper from St Mary's, Siobhan Garvey, the initial effort was saved, and she punched the ball into the path of Adele Nolan, and Adele Nolan palmed the ball home into the top left-hand corner. They really needed that goal.
They did, for sure. You can see the great partnership there of Laura Kelly and her sister Anne-Marie Kelly, and the volleyball skills of Adele Nolan coming in handy there as well.
Una Griffin inside to Rebecca Kane, and Rebecca Kane with her left peg kicks another point for Clonmorris, reducing the gap further here, 2-2 to 1-5 in this junior final here in St Cummins Park in Hollymount. Clonmorris really, I suppose, dominating the last 5 minutes, Caroline.
Yeah, hopefully it'll continue now. Yeah, and I see Una has won the kick out there midfield as well. She's doing really well now midfield, really coming into the game.
Una Griffin across to Anne-Marie Kelly, just took her eye off the ball. That slight moment, she breaks through the tackle, fouled by the St Mary's left half forward, or corner back rather, Roisin Cassidy. A free here from Rebecca Kane, I think just outside the 45 metre line, or maybe just inside it. She's just lining up the free here. She's going for her third point. She has 2 scores already to her name. She's lining up this free. Great crowd in here in St Cummins Park in Hollymount for this junior final, and Rebecca Kane takes a strike of the ball. Looks like it's tailing to the right. However, Adele Nolan won the ball on the edge of the square. A bit of a skirmish for the ball, and a free, a very soft free in many ways for Clonmorris. I suppose a push in the back on Olivia Barrett as she was just going down on the ball, and I suppose, I know obviously the biased nature of the Clonmorris here today, but that was a soft one.
Yeah, we're glad to get it though.
And Rebecca Kane now lining up the free, trying to add her tally after that initial effort. Drop short inside on the penalty square. Rebecca Kane lining up this free just inside the 13 metre line. She takes a swipe of the ball, and it looks like it's just going to tail wide. However, Marina Cawley is on the back stick. However, it breaks out with Ciara Delaney of St Mary's. She kicks the ball out inside to her left half forward. That is Aisling Linsky. Aisling Linsky kicks the ball down and stands side. However, Hannah Cleary is out in front for the Clonmorris team, and a great flicked effort there from Sive Duffy finds the centre forward Aoife Lily rather for St Mary's, looking for Lorraine McGuinness at full forward. Nicola Maloney out in front. She gets a return pass from Trina Morley, gives the ball here inside. Olivia Barrett breaks off her defender Roisin Cassidy. She goes down on the ball looking for options, nothing on at the minute. Tries to find an option inside. Rebecca Kane bursts through the tackle. Anya Duffy on her shoulder all the time. Rebecca Kane takes a solo, looks up for options. He sees Marina Cawley on the left. However, she goes inside to Laura Kelly. Laura Kelly goes down on the ball. Very powerful going forward. Laura Kelly looks up for options. Nothing on at the moment. A free advantage offered by the referee, Pat Conlon. However, Laura Kelly does get that score. Under pressure, it must be said. A great point, and I think they're a Clonmorris player down with cramp after 21 minutes. It was worrying to have cramp this early stage of the game.
Yeah, Laura Kelly playing really, really well now. Any ball that's gone into her, she's either laying it off or taking her score. Doing really, really well. The space is opening up there in the full forward line. We're using it. Rebecca Kane running through from midfield, laid it off to Laura Kelly, and a great score. Great
Clonmorris crowd in here, Caroline, as well. Any time Clonmorris get the possession around within striking distance of the goal, like you can feel the atmosphere here.
Yeah, we always get a great crowd. It's all our championship games, from the sport, from the men's club and the local sport, business support, they always come out and give us their support.
And obviously the men's as well, with their big game tomorrow against Ballintubber, playing their third round of the Tronlaw Catering Senior Football Championship in Ballinrobe at 3:30. And I see a lot of those players that will be lining out tomorrow afternoon in the stand here this afternoon. And I think Clonmorris, the player, I'm not sure, is Anne-Marie Kelly, I'm not quite sure. She's just after receiving attention. No, it's actually Rebecca Kane. A kick out from the St Mary's goalkeeper Siobhan Garvey. She picks out one of her centre back. She tries to find the left half forward, Aisling Linsky. Aisling Linsky puts the ball across her own half back line. However, Hannah Cleary out in front, and she plays it inside to Sarah Shaughnessy. Sarah Shaughnessy does a 1-2 with Anne-Marie Kelly. Sarah Shaughnessy puts the ball inside on top of Laura Kelly, giving an awful lot of trouble for the St Mary full back line and the St Mary's full back Amy Mulkeen. Amy Mulkeen stands her up on the stand side, finds Sarah Shaughnessy, a dink ball inside from Sarah Shaughnessy, breaks to Marina Cawley. She has possession of the ball. Looks like she's been fouled, and a hot ball by the referee, Pat Conlon.
Yeah, Laura was just a little bit isolated out there on the left-hand side on her own, but managed to get the ball across to Marina, and she done well. She done well there in a hot ball.
And a hot ball here from the referee, Pat Conlon, after 23 minutes of the first half. He throws the ball in, Adele Nolan flicks it out to, I think, Olivia Barrett or Anne-Marie Kelly, I'm not quite sure. A free in there. Adele Nolan pushed in the back as she went down for possession of the ball. Rebecca Kane now walking up to this free after 23 minutes in this junior final, and Rebecca Kane coming into this game with a lot of form as well. She's had 2 points here, both of those coming from frees, and she's lining up this free just outside the 21-yard line, trying to reduce the gap further. It would a great point, I think. No, actually tail wide at the last moment. That's a difficult one to take.
Yeah, I would have put my money on Becca for that one. But look, these things happen. She'll be back again for the next one.
Score here after 23 and a half minutes. St Mary's 2-2, Clamaris 1-6, and a free in here for Clamaris. Olivia Barrett pushed in the back. She puts the ball across to Rebecca Kane, and she sees Una Griffin, dink ball, great ball inside to Marina Cawley. Finds Adele Nolan on the edge of the square, and Adele Nolan finishes emphatically to the bottom right hand corner. Great ball by Marina Cawley, a real dink ball inside, took out the whole St Mary's full back line.
Yeah, that came from Rebecca Kane winning that kick out, which she didn't really have any right to win. Gave it off to Una, led it to Marina, and then a goal by Adele. Great play. After
those two concession of the goals in the opening stages from St Mary's, Clamaris have really propelled themselves into this game. 24 and a half minutes gone in the first half. It's currently Clamaris 2-6, St Mary's 2-2. A poor kick there from the St Mary's left half forward. Siobhan Mooney finds the ball to Sarah Shaughnessy. Sarah Shaughnessy sees Colleen Meehan on her shoulder, gives it off to Olivia Barrett. Olivia Barrett with a great ball inside to Laura Kelly. She's looking for space. She's wrestling inside with the full back from St Mary's, Amy Mulkeen, and a free out from Mulkeen after Laura Kelly looked to foul her as she tried to break out of the defence. She has the possession just between the 21-yard line and the 13 metre. Sarah Shaughnessy would find that ball. Great ball inside to Laura Kelly from Shaughnessy. Laura Kelly, top left-hand corner from Laura Kelly. A great goal. A turnover by the St Mary's full-back, Amy Mulkeen, from that free. Kicked it straight to Sarah Shaughnessy. Sarah Shaughnessy was alert to the action inside. Saw Laura Kelly peeling off her marker. Great goal, great finish.
Oh, great goal by Laura Kelly. Clamaris are really settling into the game now. You know, we've settled in. We know exactly what's expected of us. Great passing. Really doing well.
Ashley Linsky with possession for St Mary's. However, she's brought down by Grania Halligan. Grania Halligan offloads it to Anne-Marie Kelly and puts it off to Sarah Shaughnessy. Sarah Shaughnessy gets it off to Hannah Cleary, who breaks forward from centre back. A great ball inside to Marina Cawley, wrestling with the St Mary's cornerback Roisin Cassidy. Marina Cawley offloads it to Adele Nolan. Adele Nolan trying to find Laura Kelly on the edge of the square, breaks to Laura Kelly very kindly, and just pulls her effort wide. Great build-up play, especially with Grania Halligan winning that ball in around the middle of the field.
Yeah, great play. To mention Laura Kelly again, she's really running right in there in the full forward line. The movement is really, really good, and we're finding her as well with her passing. It's great.
Clive Duffy with possession for St Mary's around in the middle of the field. She takes a solo, she takes a hop, she tries to find Lorraine McGuinness at the full back line. However, out in front, Nick Maloney gets a flick on it to Trina Morley. Trina Morley puts it out on near the sideline. Olivia Barrett trying everything to get that ball. However, it will be a line ball to St Mary's, with Mairead Mooney lining up this sideline ball for St Mary's. She's looking for options. She kicks it inside to her left half forward, Siobhan Mooney. Siobhan Mooney breaks inside past Colleen Meehan. Siobhan Mooney still with possession of the ball. Trisha Duncan pushing her outside. A great effort there by Siobhan Mooney. Breaks inside to their corner forward, Maeve Delaney. However, there was a slight push in the back there. Actually, full forward Lorraine McGuinness taking, I suppose, a quick free there, trying to catch the Clamaris defence off guard. Lorna Burke was quick to the danger and she pulled off a great save. However, Pat Conlon will pull the ball back now for a free, and Lorraine McGuinness is lining up this just inside the 21-yard line. She's trying to get St Mary's on the mark. I suppose they haven't scored now since about the 12th minute in the game. She lines up that free, a point for St Mary's. That reduces the gap further. That's 3 goals now for Clonmorris and 6 points to St Mary's. 2 goals and 3 points. A real strong turnaround from Clonmorris, I suppose, in the last 5 minutes, Caroline.
Yeah, and even there in St Mary's last attack before the free was won, you've seen Nicola Maloney and Trina Morley partnering up there to get the ball out of danger. They've been working really well together all year.
Lorna Burke finds Rebecca Kane. However, the St Mary's halfback Maria Waldron turns the ball over. However, a tug on the jersey there, I think, by Rebecca Kane. I'm not quite sure. A free now for St Mary's on the 45-metre line by Sive Duffy. Kicks the ball inside. Lorna Burke breaks out from her goal line and kicks it to Sarah Shaughnessy. Sarah Shaughnessy flicks it outside. She's going down. However, the St Mary's left half forward, Siobhan Mooney, kicks the ball inside. Nick Maloney has been an outstanding in the opening 28 minutes of this game at fullback.
She has, for sure. Nicola's just back to us this year. She had a year out last year. She had a little baby girl, Colleen. So it's great to have her back, and she's really filling that full back line.
A pull on the jersey there gives away a free for St Mary's. Lorraine McGuinness trying to kick 2 quick fire points in the space of 2 minutes. She does that. Another free for Lorraine McGuinness reduces the gap further here this afternoon. Clonmorris 3-6, St Mary's 2-4 after 29 or 28 and a half minutes of the first half. And I think it's Pat Conlon, the referee, is going in for a word here with the Clonmorris goalkeeper. I think, the full back Nicola Maloney. He must have seen something off the ball. He's just having a quick chat with her. Lorna Burke lining up this free, or kick out rather. There seems to be a problem with the ball, a soft ball here, Caroline.
Yeah, she's requesting an O'Neill's ball, so that mustn't be what we're using.
Yeah, and I suppose it's all part and parcel of the game. And Clonmorris now, Lorna Burke, killing that bit of momentum maybe that St Mary's got them 2 scores from Lorraine McGuinness inside maybe 30-40 seconds, and Lorna Burke kicks the ball outside to Sarah Shaughnessy. Sarah Shaughnessy holds off the marker. However, Maureen Mooney wins possession of the ball. She's breaking through, kind of doing it all on her own at certain stages. A free there now for St Mary's. Tricia Duggan with a tug on the jersey as Maureen Mooney tried to break inside. A free here for St Mary's, just between the 21-yard line and the 45, and Lorraine McGuinness goes short. She sees a loose player in her corner forward. Tierna Henry, a great point there from McGuinness. Another point for St Mary's. That's three in a row there now. 3 in a row for St Mary's here, Caroline.
Yeah, it was a well worked point as well. The number 9 for St Mary's, Maria Mooney, and the full forward, Lorraine McGuinness, they're the 2 danger women for sure at this stage for St Mary's.
Colleen Meehan looks like she's been fouled there. She's breaking out of defence. Hannah Cleary definitely with a tug on the jersey. However, she breaks out of defence and she sees Olivia Barrett. And an advantage, I think, here, as I said, with the pull on the jersey there on Hannah Cleary as she tried to break through, and a quick tick in the book there by referee Pat Conlon. Hannah Cleary with a quick free to Rebecca Kane, gets the offload again, back to Kane again. Kane looks for inside, looks for any options. She sees Laura Kelly peeling off her full back Amy Mulkeen. Rebecca Kane breaks through the shoulder, and she breaks through the space, and a free in there, over carrying by Rebecca Kane. Looked a very harsh call by referee Pat Conlon.
Yeah, definitely don't agree with that decision. She was being tugged down, not happy with that one.
No, it didn't look like Rebecca Kane took anything out of the ball, but however, it's a free there for St Mary's. Clonmorris momentarily turned the ball over there by Sarah Shaughnessy, and however, St Mary's have possession of the ball again. Mairead Mooney passed inside, however, Colleen Meehan breaks through. However, I think there's advantage there for St Mary's after their half-back, Grania Delaney, looked like she was being fouled as she broke out of defence. And an injury here for Sarah Shaughnessy. I think she picked that up in when she tried to dispossess that ball.
Yeah, it looks to be the fingers as well, and she looks to be in a bit of bother there. To lose Sarah at this stage would be a big loss, but hopefully she'll be alright.
Currently here with about 31 and a half minutes in the first half. Clonmorris 3 goals and 6 points to St Mary's 2-5. Clonmorris, after that, suppose that early wobble or bubble in the first 10 or 15 minutes, they've overcome that, and they really have, as you said, they really stamped home their authority.
Yeah, for sure. We didn't get fazed by the St Mary's attacks. You know, they had a couple of scores there without reply. You know, we stayed calm, we stayed settled, we knew what we had to do, we worked the ball up the field and we got our scores. Maybe 1 or 2 more scores will settle us going into half-time.
Mairead Mooney has this free just inside the halfway line. She kicks it inside to their left half forward, Siobhan Mooney. Siobhan Mooney goes down for possession of the ball. Looks like a line ball there for Clemaris. However, Colleen Meehan tries to stand her up. A great ball inside from Siobhan Mooney. It breaks to Marina Cawley. Pushing the back, it looked like it. She tries to break out of defence. And yes, a free there from Marina Cawley for pushing the back. And Pat Conlon pulling the ball back after Marina obviously took that free a little bit earlier than Pat Conlon would have liked. But Clemaris, they kind of would want this now in the last 5 minutes, just kind of kill the game in the closing stages of the first half.
Yeah, Colleen Meehan with that free to Una. Una's working it up the pitch now. Yeah, maybe a score before the break now to settle us. Anne-Marie Kelly is doing really well. She's making lots of runs.
Anne-Marie Kelly, unmarked Marina Cawley, peeled off her marker. Marina Cawley has acres of possession and acres of space to run into. She turns inside from the St Mary's corner, back Marina Cawley with an excellent point. Really, after a 5 or 6 minutes there with no score from Clemaris, Marina Cawley gets them back on the board after 34 minutes here in the opening half. That pushes Clemaris' advantage further, 3-7 to 2-5, I make it in the opening half. Sarah Shaughnessy wins a kick out in the centre of the field, finds Rebecca Kane. Rebecca Kane takes a hop, she finds it inside to Del Nolan, and Del Nolan is being hassled and harried by the St Mary's corner forward, Ciara Delaney. Ciara Delaney comes across to Rebecca Kane, I think. And a great point from Rebecca Kane after Saoirse Delaney was turned over there. Rebecca Kane with that excellent point, and that pushes Clemaris' gap further. Sarah Shaughnessy wins that kick out from the St Mary's goalkeeper Siobhan Garvey. Sarah Shaughnessy puts it across to Grania Halligan. Grania Halligan takes a hop, she takes a solo, she puts it inside to Olivia Barrett. A lovely dink ball into Marina Cawley. Grania Halligan off the shoulder. Grania Halligan takes a solo. Grania Halligan takes an effort, and she looks like she's been fouled there as she took her shot. However, the ball drifted wide. Debatable penalty in a tight game.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it from here. The last few plays to show what a good bunch of footballers the Clemaris team are. You know, they're working the ball up, they're using the ball, they're running off the ball. Some great score. That was a great score by Rebecca Kane. Unlucky there at the shot by our wing back Ronnie Halligan.
Siobhan Linsky gets the possession of the ball. However, Clemaris turn it over. Una Griffin has the possession of the ball. She's been fouled as she's breaking through. Pat Conlon will bring that back for an advantage. Rebecca Kane will line it up this free just inside the 45-metre line as we tick into the 36th minute here in the opening half in this ladies junior football final for 2017. And Rebecca Kane lining up this free, trying to add to her tally that she has already this afternoon. She just takes a small bit of a run up, takes a bit of I suppose that ball drops short by the goalkeeper here for St Mary's. Siobhan Garvey gets a possession of it. However, she kicks it straight out on top of Anne-Marie Kelly. St Mary's win possession of the ball. We're closing down to the last couple of minutes, or last couple of seconds rather, of this opening half of this junior final. The midfielder here for St Mary's is Sive Duffy. She's covered 20, 30, 40 yards of a run, finds Lorraine McGuinness. Great goal from St Mary's, an absolute exceptionally good goal there from St Mary's. Route 1 football, a 25-30 yard run from the St Mary's midfielder Sive Duffy. Saw Lorraine McGuinness 25 or just peeling off 2 or 3 yards off Nicola Maloney, and a great effort in the top left hand corner. Suppose sum up your thoughts of the opening half, Caroline.
We'll be happy enough going in at half time. All through kind of the year, we seem to come out in the second half and really give it whatever we've left in the tank. We haven't made any substitutions yet. We have a great bench. That's what's made the team so successful throughout this year. Like, we're not just the starting 15, we're the whole team. We've nearly 35 players on the panel. I
see Niamh Morley there giving us, a bit of a giggle as we conclude the opening half, Caroline.
Yeah, I'm surprised Niamh didn't get a job here today. She's delegating. She's doing great delegating. Niamh as well, just back from having a cruciate injury, but hopefully she'll be back. And I also just want to mention Aoife Morley. Aoife was our goalie all through last year and has been on this team right through under 12, under 14, right up along. And it's her birthday today and she's in Saudi Arabia. So happy birthday, Aoife. We're hoping for the win for you today.
And as we conclude here in the opening half of this Mayo Ladies Junior Final for 2017, half-time score in Hollymount in Cummins Park, Clemaris 3-8, St Mary's 3-5. back here for the second half here in St Cummins Park in Hollymount. Pat Conlon gets us going again. Clemaris 3-8, St Mary's 3-5 here. St Mary's have possession of the ball and their centre forward Aisling Linsky. However, Trina Morley breaks out of defence. Grania Halligan puts it across to Anya Marie Kelly, and Grania Halligan dinks it inside to Marina Cawley. Marina Cawley has possession of the ball, looks inside, and Donolan in acres of space wins that ball. She takes on her marker, Amy Mulkeen, the St Mary's full back. She shovels it outside to Laura Kelly. Laura Kelly looking up for options. She turns on her right shoulder, and a great point from Laura Kelly. Great build-up play, actually.
Great play, yeah. Adele Nolan made a great run through there, through the middle. She was probably in on goal herself, but was a little bit unselfish and gave it back to Laura, who got the point for the score. It's great start for Clemaris. And St Mary's now are coming out with their midfielder again, Mairead Mooney. Joanne Regan there marking her. Joanne is on for Tricia Duggan just at the half-time break.
Mairead Mooney with possession of the ball. She kicks it inside. However, Colleen Meehan's out in front. She wins possession. Anne-Marie Kelly picks up the scraps and kicks it inside. Looked like a push in the back and a push in the back there on Clemaris. Pat Conlon hesitated momentarily there for the free. However, Clemaris did turn the ball over after that. Their midfielder for St Mary's, Sive Duffy, fouled by Una Griffin. Actually a hot ball, I think, by referee Pat Conlon here. Una Griffin and Sive Duffy tangled there in the right smack bang in the middle of the field. Una Griffin gets a flick. She flicks it outside to Grania Delaney. Grania Delaney breaks through. Looks like she's been fouled as she kicks that ball, and Pat Conlon indicates at a free for a tug on the jersey there on Grania Delaney.
Yeah, it's just a little bit messy now at the moment. I think the pitch is getting a little bit dug up as well, which is making things more difficult. The Clemaris now are scoring, I suppose, the Clemaris side of the pitch. It's less waterlogged down there as well, so hopefully that will help us as well.
Aisling Linsky has possession of the ball. However, Grania Halligan stands her up. Great out in front there by Hannah Cleary, wins possession of the ball. Anne-Marie McKelly wins it out in front, tries to find Marina Cawley. However, that ball took a wicked bounce away from Marina, and the St Mary's cornerback Roisin Cassidy wins possession there for St Mary's. Mairead Mooney breaking through, advantage played by referee Pat Conlon. Mairead Mooney kicks it inside on top of Lorraine McGuinness. However, Nicola Maloney wasn't going to be caught at the second time in the second half.
No, I think Nicola's more determined than ever this half. Very few, I'd say, will get past her this half.
Great ball inside from Una Griffin, finds Laura Kelly. Laura Kelly all on her own on the 21-yard line, takes a solo, holds off her marker, takes a hop, looks off inside, and a shot just hit the side net, and possibly should have maybe turned the ball around and offloaded it, or maybe recycled the ball out to Adele Nolan, but she is causing all sorts of problems.
She is, yeah. Adele made a good move and was up supporting her there, but I know at the time it's difficult to see these things.
Breaking out of defence is the left half forward Siobhan Mooney from St Mary's. She tries to find her captain and her midfielder Mairead Mooney. Mairead Mooney wins possession of the ball out in front of Colleen Meehan. She sees inside to see any options. A great ball across the St Mary's, or the Clemaris defence rather. Anne-Marie McKelly actually back in a sweeping role in the opening stages of the first half. Colleen Meehan and Anne-Marie McKelly exchange a couple of passes. Hannah Cleary finds that Grania Halligan. Grania Halligan draws her marker, plays inside to Laura Kelly. Adele Nolan and all her own. Adele Nolan holds off the keeper. Great shot there, great save by the goalkeeper. However, recycled across to Adele Nolan, and she puts it across to Laura Kelly. And Laura Kelly with another goal here for Clemaris. I suppose they were very lucky in there because the goalkeeper pulled off a superb save, Siobhan Garvey, and it kind of lucky bounce fell back to Adele Nolan. She recycled it across to the unmarked Laura Kelly. She finished emphatically, grabbed her second goal.
Yeah, that was a great goal. Anne-Marie Kelly was all made, I suppose, by Anne-Marie Kelly coming up from the half back line. Anne-Marie does the sweeper role really, really well, and laid it off to Grania Halligan, who made a great run through the centre, and that freed up Laura Kelly. Yeah, it was a good goal, well worked.
think there's a substitute there on the Clemaris team. I think Aoife Higgins is being introduced by the management, I think in place of Olivia Barrett in the opening 5 minutes of this half. An injury on the far side of the field, I think by the left half forward Siobhan Mooney from St Mary's, just getting some treatment here in the opening stages. That was a great goal, as opposed to after obviously St Mary's were trying to get back into the game in the opening stages of the first half, and to get that goal to break that momentum puts Clemaris back into the ascendancy, 4-9 to 2-5.
Yeah, and this break as well is going to help us just compose ourselves again for the St Mary's kick out. Aoife Higgins is on for Olivia Barrett. I think it's a case of fresh legs. Aoife have been playing really, really well all year as well, and it's a left footer for a left footer, so it kind of makes sense. Siobhan
Mooney still receiving treatment out on the stand side of the field here for St Mary's in the opening stages of the second half. If anything, this kind of stalls the momentum for St Mary's, and everything plays into the hands of Clemaris as we tick into this 37th minute of this junior final. Siobhan Garvey kicks the ball out on top of Marina Colley. Marina Colley wins that. She sees Rebecca Kane unmarked inside. Rebecca Kane takes a solo. She looks inside. Rebecca Kane with a shot. Rebecca Kane with a goal. A goal for Rebecca Kane, bringing her tally here this afternoon to 1-3. I suppose Marina Colley played a central role in that goal.
Yeah, great play. We won the kick out to Marina, and Rebecca Kane made a great run, was free and finished it really, really well. She actually bet two defenders to finish that in the back of the net.
St Mary's with possession of the ball in the middle of the field. However, Aoife Higgins tries to win that ball and turn that ball over. The St Mary's midfielder Sive Duffy has a possession of the ball. She tries to find Siobhan Mooney. Siobhan Mooney breaks inside. Look, she's been fouled by Colleen Meehan, advantage by referee Pat Conlon. St Mary's with possession of the ball, trying to find inside. Definitely Anne-Marie Kelly in a sweeping role for Clemaris in the second half. A really good tactical call.
Yeah, we have done that throughout the championship. Didn't do it in the first half, just want to see how things panned out, but yeah, definitely it's coming to fruition now.
Edel Nolan holds off her marker, finds the ball inside to substitute Aoife Higgins. Aoife Higgins has possession. She goes for a shot, it was tailed away. Joanne Regan, apologies for that. Joanne Regan also introduced at half time for Tricia Duggan. That effort tailed away.
Yeah, and that far side of the pitch as well is very, very wet, so it makes this a little bit more difficult.
Grania Halligan turns the ball over. Rebecca Kane with a shot from out the country. A great score for Rebecca Kane, brings her tally to 1-5 in this junior final for 2017. Extends the cushion for Clemaris here in the second half. 4-10 to 2-5 in this junior final. A kick out there from Siobhan Garvey out near the sideline. A line ball here for St Mary's. St Mary's calling for a push in the back. However, Pat Condon just assessing the assist. Free there for St Mary's. A harsh call maybe on Clemaris for a push in the back, but Clemaris just getting on with it now. They have that comfortable lead in the second half here in this junior final. A quick free there from Mairead Mooney. However, Rebecca Kane quick to the danger. She picks the ball up in the halfway line, finds Colleen Meehan with a great dink ball inside. Colleen Meehan takes a hop. She puts it inside on top of Laura Kelly. Laura Kelly has possession of the ball. She looks up and to see is there any options. She takes a solo, loses it momentarily, takes a hop, break inside. A great effort by Laura Kelly. Off the crossbar, and Aoife Higgins with a point with a left. Yes, a score there from Aoife Higgins. It took an eternity there for the umpire to make a call there, but I suppose she improvised there with a score.
Yeah, that's not the first one of them we've seen from Aoife Higgins in the last year. It went over the bar. It's great.
Another ball as well. I see Jarlath Jennings looking anxiously for a ball in the back of the goal. I think Jarlath is trying to source another one.
For a ball or looking for sheep, I don't know.
I know, a kick out here for St Mary's. Goalkeeper Siobhan Garvey dispossessed there for Joanne Regan. Looked like she was pushed in the back. Marina Cawley picks up the scraps. Marina Cawley burst inside, definitely fouled by the St Mary's corner back, I think. Roisin Cassidy, a free there. Roisin Cassidy definitely going into the book there and being marked down by referee Pat Conlon. Rebecca Kane strolling over to this free, trying to extend their gap further in this junior final. Rebecca Kane obviously with 1-4 already in this junior final in 2017, lining up the free, and here on the 13 metre line just inside the 21, trying to get another score on the board for Clemaris. Rebecca Kane lining up this free with a great effort right over the centre spot of the goal, and another score for Rebecca Kane. I think that brings her tally to 1-5 here this afternoon. That extends Clemaris' advantage 5-12 to 3-5, and a really strong opening 10 minutes from Clemaris, Caroline.
Yeah, you can see the support play now really taking effect. We're winning the kick-outs, we're pushing up on their attacks. We really have the pressure on them. Una now going for attack.
Una Griffin passed it inside to Grania Halligan. Grania Halligan offloads it to Marina Cawley. Marina Cawley looks up for options. She tries to pick out Una Griffin. A pull on the jersey there by the St Mary's left half back, Maria Waldron, on Marina Cawley, as she tried to find Una Griffin with that lovely pass inside. A free here for Clemaris. Just another chance for them to extend that lead on the scoreboard. That would bring their tally to 5-13. Rebecca Kane just takes a hop on a solo, and she lines up another free, trying to extend the lead for Clemaris and also adding to her tally. Rebecca Kane lines up the free. It looks like it's just going to tail wide, and it does so. It just tails wide at the left post. But Clemaris dominating so far, Caroline, and I suppose it wasn't a huge factor to miss that.
No, and she was unlucky to miss it. Everything looked good, it just went slightly left. I know Rebecca's put an awful lot of work into her free take, and you can see today, like, she's missed very few. She's playing really well. The
St Mary's goalkeeper Siobhan Garvey receiving treatment here, as she, just before she takes her kick out, with 12 and a half minutes gone in the first half. St Mary's really chasing this game at this stage of the game. They have a lovely ball inside from Amy Mulkeen. Tries to pick out Aisling Linsky. Aisling Linsky looks for options inside. However, Trina Morley out in front all afternoon. Offloads it to Joanne Regan. Joanne Regan puts it across to Anne-Marie Kelly. Anne-Marie Kelly looks up for options. She sees Collie Meehan off her shoulder. Collie Meehan with a flick ball inside to Rebecca Kane. Rebecca Kane offloads it to Una Griffin. Una Griffin on the shoulder again to Rebecca Kane. Rebecca Kane with a solo. Rebecca Kane with a hop. Rebecca Kane with another point for Clemaris here. An excellent score, I think, from Rebecca. Yes, another score from Rebecca Kane. I think that extends her tally to 1-6 or 1-5. I'm not quite sure, but that was a great play around the middle of the field.
Yeah, great play by Clemaris. Again, the support play there was fantastic and led to that score. Really good play. Another
kick out here from St Mary's goalkeeper Siobhan Garvey. Clemaris closing off every opportunity for her. However, she finds her wing back, Maria Waldron. Maria Waldron picks out her centre forward, Aoife Lilly, who grabbed a goal in the opening half for St Mary's. Corner forward for St Mary's, Sonia Henry, turned the ball over here by Hannah Cleary, the Clemaris centre back. Sarah Shaughnessy with a pass, I think, to Anne-Marie Kelly. However, the referee holding up the play here. I think an injury to the St Mary's left half forward. I think she picked up a bit of a head injury here. Pat Conlon just stalling the game for a couple of minutes as she receives treatment, I think. But Clemaris very happy to be in this position.
Yeah, we're very comfortable now. I think it will settle us a little bit more. You might see some more scores coming on the board, some more well-worked scores. We'll just settle into the game now and just close it out.
St Mary's player receiving treatment. I can't see. The sun is quite strong here in St Cummins Park in Hollymount. But like, the conditions are tough, and as you said, going across the pitch at half time, it was very soft ground.
Yeah, in patches it's very soft, and then in other areas it's quite good. So yeah, it can be heavy on the legs, and especially with St Mary's now, they're really trying to work hard to get possession. Clemaris are definitely on top, so it's more difficult for them.
Starting with possession, Aoife Higgins looks like she's been fouled there as she wins possession of the ball out in front of the stand. Aoife Higgins with a left-footed effort in on top of Laura Kelly, breaks inside to Marina Cawley. However, it looked like a push in the back there on Marina Cawley. However, St Mary's goalkeeper Siobhan Garvey quick to react to that danger, and she kicks the ball out on top of Una Griffin, who has won possession on the 45-metre line. A dink ball across to Laura Kelly. Laura Kelly, acres of space, takes a shimmy inside. However, she hit that ball wide. I suppose at this stage of the game, 5-13 to 3-5, a real commanding lead, Caroline. I know those scores and those misses, they won't come back to haunt them.
No, well, hopefully. They won't. Yeah. But again, that's St Mary's team. We played them earlier on the championship, and they do battle right up to the end. So we'll hold out to the final whistle.
A throw ball there from Joanne Regan, I think, indicated by referee Pat Conlon. Siobhan Mooney wins possession of the ball on the halfway line here for St Mary's. She takes a solo and she takes a hop. She tries to find an option inside, held up by Colleen Mee and of Clamars. A high up and under ball in atop her. Lorraine McGuinness. It looked like a push in the back, however Shara Shaughnessy relocated it back in the full back line here for Clamars in the last couple of minutes. Sweeped up that possession, finds Hannah Cleary unmarked, kicks the ball inside on top of Rebecca Kane. Rebecca Kane wins that ball out in front. Rebecca Kane puts it across to Una Griffin. Una Griffin in acres of space, takes a solo, takes a hop, finds Joanne Regan. Joanne Regan bursts through the gap. Joanne Regan has a goal opportunity on here with Aoife Higgins. Joanne Regan going to do it all on her own. Joanne Regan, a wide for Joanne Regan, possibly should have offloaded it to Aoife Higgins, who was screaming at her there to get that, I suppose, that return ball and possibly a goal on there.
Yeah, it just seemed to open up for her and she kept going. Yeah, it was an unlucky miss in the end, and even the rebound just went slightly wide. It was unlucky.
Siobhan Garvey with another kick out for Clamars. However, Aoife Higgins quick to cut off that supply line. Aoife Higgins goes down on the ball. Aoife Higgins looks like she's been pulled on the jersey. She puts it across to Laura Kelly. Laura Kelly picks up possession on the 45. Collides there with her own player, Rebecca Kane. Rebecca Kane puts it across to Una Griffin. Point there from Una Griffin. No, actually tail wide just at the last moment. A couple of wides there for Clamars. A number of players, I think, warming up there for Clamars in the second half. I think Sheila Hughes was there doing a bit of warm-up. So Clamars going to be introducing new players off the bench.
Yeah, I think we've made 2 substitutions, so we've 3 substitutions left to make. Yeah, that was an unlucky miss from Una. Kind of uncharacteristic of her, but I suppose with the domination of the game, that's another unlucky wide there by Laura Kelly.
Another wide from Laura Kelly after a ball across from Una Griffin was picked out by Adele Nolan, offloaded to Laura Kelly, and she pulled her effort wide with about 18 minutes gone here in the second half. Clamars definitely with one hand on the cup in this junior final so far. Anne-Marie Kelly with a shot blocked down. It finds its way to Rebecca Kane. Rebecca Kane sprays the ball across to Aoife Higgins. Aoife Higgins shovels it across inside to Grania Halligan. Grania Halligan wins possession. She tries to find a loose marker. She finds Laura Kelly. Laura Kelly shovels it across to Una Griffin. Una Griffin takes her eye off the ball ever so slightly. She wins possession back. Definitely fouled there. She breaks through. A score from Una Griffin. I suppose fouled in the build up to it. Lost it momentarily and kicked it over the bar.
Yeah, really good score from Una. Yeah, I think with the scores, we'll keep going, we'll keep pushing through. We could have the game closed off at this stage just with a few unlucky misses, but hopefully we'll close it out in the next few minutes.
That extends Clamars' cushion here this afternoon, 5-14 to 3-5. Anne-Marie Kelly wins possession from that St Mary's kick-out. Anne-Marie Kelly with a tug in the jersey. Anne-Marie Kelly with a ball inside to Adele Nolan. Adele Nolan out in front. Adele Nolan with a shot, and Adele Nolan pulls her effort wide of the mark here. You can sense maybe that the game has lost its bit of edge and its bit of bite. Definitely Clamars dominating, and you can sense St Mary's kind of losing a little bit of, I suppose, fight in this game.
Yeah, for sure. Up to the last 5-7 minutes, it was very competitive. You got the impression that St Mary's still felt like they were in it with the chance. But Clamars are winning all the kickouts. The ball is going dead, whether over the bar or wides. And here we come with another attack.
Joanne Regan finds Marina Cawley. Marina Cawley offloads it to Laura Kelly. Laura Kelly finds Aoife Higgins unmarked on the penalty spot. Aoife Higgins with a shot. Aoife Higgins with another score. That's 2 points for Aoife Higgins now introduced off the bench for Clamars in the second half. And I think a substitute here for Clamars. I think Sheila Hughes coming on for Clamars. Not sure who's coming off, but great point from Aoife Higgins.
Yeah, great point from Aoife Higgins. That's 2 now since the introduction. She's a great player. She comes from good blood. Sheila Hughes now coming on for Sarah Shaughnessy. Sarah's had a great game. She well-deserved rest now, I think, for Sarah.
I think as well, and maybe that knock, I see her heavy strapping over one of her fingers there. Obviously that was one of the decisions in the Clamars management at the back of their heads when they made that call. Another subs here for St Mary's, number 25 coming in off the bench, and there is no number 25 on the bench on the programme, but I suppose another sub as well for St Mary's, number 17, Jennifer Waldron, introduced for St Mary's. Not quite sure who's gone off the field to play in this second half. I think it's their number 13 or number 15, their corner forward, Sonia Henry. I'm not sure who number 25 is. No name in the programme. You can blame the Mayo Ladies County Board for that one. Pat Conlon getting the play again going here with a kick out, or a free rather, from the St Mary's full-back Amy Mulkeen, a push on the back on Mairead Mooney, and you can really sense all the atmosphere has gone out of the game. Clamorris dominating 5-14 to 3-5, definitely trying to get one better from their defeat last year to Kilmore Moy, who are in the intermediate final rather in this afternoon. Hannah Cleary with possession of the ball. She puts it across to the unmarked Una Griffin. Una Griffin looked like she's been fouled, kicks it inside to Aoife Higgins, who definitely has made a great impact off the bench here this afternoon, and a free out awarded by referee Pat Conlon for a throw ball, it looks. I'm not quite sure about that one, Caroline.
No, I definitely don't agree with that one.
The left half forward for St Mary's kicks the ball straight. Mairead Mooney or Aisling Linsky rather, with a ball straight across to Marina Cawley in acres of space. Laura Kelly wins possession of the ball, takes a hop, takes a solo, finds Grania Halligan unmarked inside the Clamorris 21-yard line. Grania Halligan has possession of the ball. She takes a hop and she takes a solo. She tries to move it inside, keep the play going. Laura Kelly has an effort. Laura Kelly looks like she's added to her tally here this afternoon. An absolutely superb point from Laura Kelly. Great build-up play by Grania Halligan. Another score for Clamorris, Caroline.
Yeah, even Grania pushing up from win back. She made that score from Laura. Just to even point out the depth of this Clamorris team. We have 40 players. Just mentioned on the programme today versus the 24 from St Mary's. So that's just the depth, the quality that we have coming even up through the lines. Like, we have some players that played minor this year. And they're all coming up and they're playing such a massive part of this team. A
lot of good work being done at underage level in the club, Caroline.
Yeah, a lot of work being done. Even like there's members of the senior team that are volunteering with the younger girls as well, and it's great. It's great that they're sharing their skills and know-how of the game.
Anne-Marie McKelly kicks the ball inside to Laura Kelly. She offloaded to Rebecca Kane. Rebecca Kane gets the return pass from Kelly. Kelly puts it out to Adele Nolan. Adele Nolan with a shot, and Adele Nolan with another point for Clamorris. They really are piling on the scores here in the last 5 or 6 minutes. We tick into the 26th minute of this junior county final here in Hollymount. Una Griffin there competing in the middle of the field there with the St Mary's left half forward Siobhan Mooney. She finds her midfielder partner Sive Duffy. Sive Duffy puts across to Aisling Linsky. Aisling Linsky puts it inside to Sive Duffy. Sive Duffy tries to find the substitute introduced off the bench, Jennifer Waldron. However, great defensive work there by Sheila Hughes, cuts out the danger. However, a ball inside from Sheila breaks to Marina Cawley after two St Mary's players looked like they collided just there in the middle of the field. I think Pat Conlon's indicating a free to St Mary's. I'm not 100% certain. It might be a hot ball, but I think it might be a free to Clamorris. But it's hard to know from what Pat Conlon. No, it's free to Clamorris.
Yeah, I think the two St Mary's players collided and Marina was declaring her innocence there.
The meat and the sandwich. Okay, the ball inside to Anne-Marie Kelly. Anne-Marie Kelly takes a solo. She takes another solo. She's driving into the space, unmarked. She takes a shot. An absolute brilliant score there. And actually goal for Anne-Marie Kelly. Definitely one for the scrapbook there for Clamorris J Club down the line. Drove into the space, saw that there was nothing on inside, took a pot shot maybe from 25 yards out, deceived the goalkeeper. Definitely the sun definitely was in the eyes there of the St Mary's goalkeeper Siobhan Garvey, and it just landed in on top of her. That extends Clamorris cushion 6-17 to 3-5. I suppose Clamorris introducing another substitute off the bench, Sinead O'Brien. She offloads it inside to Rebecca Kane. Rebecca Kane unmarked, going for another goal. She's going to have to settle for the point here. Rebecca Kane bringing her tally to 1-7 this afternoon. Another good score, Caroline.
Yeah, great score by Rebecca. Sinead O'Brien is on there now for Sinead O'Brien. Sinead's sister Kayleigh, unfortunately she got an injury this year, so she's not lining out today, but would be otherwise.
Would have been playing. I think a kick out there, and actually that shot actually tail wide for Clamorris, or it might have been a free out, I'm not quite sure. The St Mary's fullback Amy Mulkeen kicking the ball out, won by Adele Nolan, soared above into the sky there. Rebecca Kane just flicks the ball inside to Joanne Regan, I think. and Rebecca Kane wins possession again, finds Laura Kelly unmarked. Laura Kelly goes for a shot and Laura Kelly kicks another point. This is really turning into a procession here for Clonmorris here as we tick into the 27th minute of this junior final. St Mary's introducing another player off the bench. I think it's number 19, Michaela Durkin, coming in here for the last 3 or 4 minutes of this junior final. But I suppose a dominant performance so far from Clonmorris.
Yeah, it's exhibition stuff now at this stage, and our backs are getting a well-deserved break. I'd say they're just enjoying the last few minutes of the game.
Clonmorris here now. They're lining up another substitute, I think. A number of players warming up, getting, I suppose, a run in this county final. It breaks inside to Mairead Mooney. Mairead Mooney has done everything in her power here this afternoon, the captain of the St Mary's team. However, dispossessed there by Aoife Higgins. However, Aoife Higgins fouls Mairead Mooney as she tries to break free from that challenge. Mairead Mooney kicks it inside on top of Lorraine McGuinness. Lorraine McGuinness turns inside Trina Morley. Lorraine McGuinness with a shot, and Lorna Burke quick to come off her line there and pick up the scraps, and I suppose she kicks the ball right out on top of Lorraine McGuinness. And St Mary's definitely looking for goals here in the last couple of minutes to get back into the game. However, I think that move by the Clonmorris management to push Anne-Marie Kelly back just between the full back line and the half back line in that sweeping role has been hugely effective in the second half, Caroline.
Yeah, Anne-Marie plays that role really, really well. She picks up everything. She's the legs to run. You know, she's a really, really good footballer. She does that role really well.
St Mary's with possession of the ball out on the stand side. Their midfielder, Sive Duffy, has it. She puts it across to the St Mary's midfielder, Mairead Mooney. Mairead Mooney puts it inside to their centre forward, Aoife Lilly. Aoife Lilly breaks through the space, takes a solo, tries to cut inside Anne-Marie Kelly, loses the ball momentarily. Second time she loses it there in the soft underfoot conditions. Breaks inside Aoife Lilly, still with possession of the ball, and she kicks a marvellous point. I suppose I think that's their only score of the second half, and that really just sums up how dominant Clonmorris have been.
Yeah, it was a well-worked score. She kind of did a lot of it on her own. It's heavy ground down there, so she lost the ball a couple of times, but got the score in the end.
Lorna Burke with a kick out for Clonmorris here. She kicks it out on top of Una Griffin, unmarked out near the stand side. Una Griffin combined with Hannah Cleary. Hannah Cleary driving into the space, 25-30 yard run from Hannah Cleary. She spots Aoife Higgins inside. Aoife Higgins with another effort. I think that ball's going to draw off the crossbar, and Adele Nolan, will she wrap her hat-trick up here? She will. A goal there from Adele Nolan. The ball ricocheted off the crossbar, fell to the unmarked Adele Nolan, and Adele Nolan smashes the ball home from close range. That extends their cushion 6-19 to 3-6, I think. I make it in the second half. Another substitute coming on here for Clonmorris. I'm not sure who just after coming on. I think it's Rachel Griffey for Adele Nolan, who was instrumental in that score. But you can really just sense all the atmosphere, all the, I suppose, the energy has been sucked out of the game with Clonmorris so dominant, Caroline.
Yeah, we're just going to, I think, just keep going now for the last few minutes, but I think it's game, set and match for Clonmorris at this stage. We're
ticking into the 30th minute here of this second half, and an effort there from Aoife Lilly, trickle wide there. Definitely St Mary's have lost all hope. They've lost all appetite here. Clonmorris in a commanding position, I suppose reminiscent of their scoreline in the semi-final a couple of weeks ago. So they put really two big wins back to back here in the semi-finals, and now more importantly of this junior final. Anne-Marie Kelly finds the unmarked Hannah Cleary. Hannah Cleary puts it across to Una Griffin. Una Griffin spots another gap inside. Una Griffin has possession of the ball. She takes a stop. She takes a holo. And she finds the ball inside there, and a foul, I think, on Grania Halligan. However, she loses possession of the ball, and the right half forward for St Mary's, Aisling Linsky, finds their centre forward, Aoife Lilly. And I think we just lost Caroline momentarily there for commentary. Aoife Lilly breaks through possession and she pulls that effort wide.
No, I just got it happen. So yeah, we know it's game set match for Clemaris, but St Mary's will be back next year. We were in this position last year. It was very tough. It was tough to come back. But we came back harder and stronger. And I suppose we're looking into Connacht now in the first round of the Connacht Championship. Look, this team will go far, and we'll work to get as far as we can.
Joanne Regan finds Rachel Griffey, the two substitutes combining. Aoife Higgins as well with possession of the ball. Will Aoife Higgins round up another point for Clemaris? No, that effort tail wide in the 32nd minute here of this junior final for 2017. And as Caroline pointed out, Clemaris were in this position last year. However, they were on the other side of the fence with that heavy defeat to Kilmore Moyle last year. And Clemaris losing possession on the 21-yard line. Their right forward, Aisling Linsky, has possession of the ball, being tracked by Grania Halligan. Aisling Linsky, a hit and hope inside, in on top of Sheila Hughes, quick to react to that danger, and Sheila Hughes breaks out of defence, finds the unmarked Una Griffin. Una Griffin has all the time in the world here to sum up her options inside. Una Griffin takes a hop, and she takes a solo, finds it across to Anne-Marie Kelly. Anne-Marie McKelly dinks it inside to the unmarked Rachel Griffey. However, out in front is the St Mary's cornerback, Ciara Delaney, who clears her lines. The ball comes across to Rachel Linsky. Rachel Linsky finds substitute Michelle Durkin, Colleen Meehan turns the ball over. Good work there by Clemaris, Caroline.
Yeah, really good work by Clemaris. We're definitely going to get one more score before the end of the game. We're not going to sit back.
And with Laura Kelly lining up another effort, and an absolute belter there from Laura Kelly as we tick into the 33rd minute and full time here in this junior final 2017. Clemaris crowned Mayo Ladies junior champions for 2017 on a full time score of Clemaris 720 to 3-6. A commanding win for Clemaris. They go ahead now into the next round of the Connacht Championship in a couple of weeks' time. A great win, and you could see what it meant to the bunch.
Yeah, it means an awful lot to this bunch, particularly with the defeat last year. Now, I know we had the county league title last year, which was massive. It was the first for the club. A championship title is the first for the club as well, and it's great. It's a superb day for the club.
Especially after the opening 10 minutes of the first half when they conceded those 2 goals, and the way they kind of reacted to that, and they got themselves back into contention. They were leading at half time 3-8 to 3-5, and they really pushed it on in the second half.
Yeah, even when St Mary's were attacking, there still was kind of a calmness. We knew what we had to do. We know the game ebbs and flows, and there will be peaks and troughs, and it's how we deal with them. So we never panicked, and I think that's one thing that we've learned this year, is not to panic. Just settle on the ball, do what we do well, move the ball, keep possession, take your scores when they come up, and that's what we did today. And yeah, very convincing scoreline. And
that, as we round up here our commentary from St Coleman's Park here in Hollymount, Clemaris crowned junior champions for 2017 as both this Lewisburg and Kilmore Moy onto the field for the senior or the intermediate final. But Clemaris junior champions for 2017, full-time score again from St Coleman's Park in Hollymount. Clemaris 720, St Mary's 3-6.
I like